speaking life over Lamar Wilson. The floor is yours. You got a hit star, Lamar.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to make sure I set the stage correct this week. So if you've been following, I have a 4-part series called Building Strong Children While Raising Broken Men. And this is the Mama Boy series. Because in a couple of days, I'm about to turn 18. I'm about to be 18. My mom about to throw me a party on Saturday. I told my boys I'm only inviting women, girls, because guys come anyway. House party. My sister, she's gonna take me to the movies because that new Marlon Wayne scary movie is about to come out. So turning 18 is a big moment for a man. You're 18, you get to do what you want to do. Well, we say that, but I'm more hyped about being 18 because my curfew now goes from 9 o'clock to 9:30. And so I'm hyped, and it's crazy because I've been talking about this. Me turning 18, my party, what my sister doing. Like everything. I got the new sneakers. I'm good. And I'm hanging out with my boys. Got out of school, hanging out with my boys. I said I'm gonna go upstairs, put my book bag down, come back downstairs, and we go chill in the park. Used to be called the Barrels. So when you be like, yo, meet me at the Barrels, that we know that park because there was 3 parks in the projects. So we say the Barrels, we know exactly where we need to be. So I'm hanging out with my boy Ramon and Rashawn, and we arguing. So if you're in a group me right now, just take a moment, go to the group me because we arguing about who got the better album this year. It's 2000. You got Eminem with the Marshall Mathers album. You got Jay-Z with the Dynasty. And we just arguing, and we play back in the days, there was CDs. There wasn't the MP3 CD. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's your homework this week. Go find out what was the difference from a CD player and the MP3 CD player. I'm telling you, it'll change your world. The way we listen to music now, I promise you, we laid the foundation for y'all. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, so that's your homework. All right? And then hit me up and let me know because I promise you, I still got the MP3 CD player. Black Sony. And it's crazy because as me and my boy Rashawn and Ramon, we hanging out and I see my brothers, my brother's friends, and they play music, smoking weed, and then the spot that they at, we want to be there because that's where the shade is at. Because it's hot. It's the summertime. My birthday is July 27th. So it's hot. I'm doing summer school, guys. So just to paint that picture of why I had to run upstairs and drop my book bag off, right? And so when my brothers leave, we go take their spot. My brother used to say, no matter where I'm sitting, as long as I'm his little brother, I'm warming his seat. If I'm in the house, where I'm at, if he says, give me your seat, I'm sitting here. Nah, you was warming the seat up for me. And they left, we grabbed their seats, and now we arguing about who got the better album, who flowed better, who's this and that, right? Car pull up. I look behind me, the white guy says, what's up? I said, what up? And I went back to talking to my boys. Yeah, hops out, comes in front of us. He said, why'd you throw it? Throw what? The weed. What you talking about, weed? Stand up. You got any weapons in your pocket? I'm like, I don't got no weed or no weapons. And I'm laughing. He said, oh, I think this is funny. Then I'm like, it's funny because nobody threw nothing. Nobody smoking weed. Smell our hands, smell our breath. Nobody smoking weed. He said, shut up, boy. Right there. Once I seen the second car come, then another car come, I'm like, oh, got it. He's like, so you're not smoking weed, but all these weed particles are under your feet. I'm like, that's not even ours. Like, well, who's this? I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. We're just sitting here because of the shade. We're trying to explain ourselves. They don't hear nothing. Turn around, put the cuffs on. People around that was in the Barrels, they all start getting rowdy. And I'm just laughing because I'm like, you put handcuffs on us for nothing. And it reminded me when he put the handcuffs on me, I've never been arrested a day in my life before that day. So when he put those cuffs on me, it was so tight. And I don't know if it was just tight because I laughed at him or the fact that he wanted to make an example. Because I'm turning 18. And so those cuffs felt like they were, like my wrist was bleeding. He put us in the car. They didn't take us to the precinct, BK. They took us behind the Projects Park where really only time you out there if you're playing baseball or you just want to look at the water, look at the Hatton from there in Queens, right? And they took pictures of us. And again, me being who I am, you can't do that. Like, you got to take pictures at the precinct. He said, shut up. Didn't I tell you, shut up, boy? I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. So then we go to the station. And guys, I pray, I am not trying to offend anybody or make anybody feel uncomfortable what I'm about to say, because I don't like the word and I don't like using the word. But I have to paint the picture exactly how I feel, because even thinking about this has even had me itching. Because when I walked into that precinct, handcuffed, and he said, sit down, nigga. And I stood, and I said, my mom didn't raise no nigga. She raised a man. And he said, what you said, boy? Again, with the boy thing, no. And a lady, a little chubby, I want to say she was light-skinned. And she looked at him, because she heard him. She grabbed me. She said, sit down, don't do that. And she sat down. They put us through the system. They had us going through everything. And the crazy thing is, when I was explaining to her the situation, she kept looking at him. Boom. Okay, so I was like, all right, he racist. Okay. So they took me and Ramon to Central Bookings in Jamaica, Queens. Rashawn didn't go because he was underage. He was 16 at the time, so he didn't get charged. His mom came to pick him up, right? So when we got to Central Bookings, I'm sitting around people that actually did crimes. I'm actually here, and I'm saying to myself, this is what it feels like when people are being accused for something they didn't do. So when we got our lawyer, because you get a lawyer, and they say, you want to make sure you try to they call you before the weekend, not you're going to stay the weekend. And I was like, man, and I'm praying to God, because I ain't no angel, BK. Because even me being here is a sign of God saying, you're trying to be something you're not. Because I'm in high school, I'm selling my little weed because I want to buy Jordans. I told you plenty of times I'm a sneakerhead. And I got that. I called my mom because she was at work. I called her, and I could hear her crying. And she was like, tell me the truth. Are you selling weed? Are you smoking weed? And I'm like, no. But I was 50% telling the truth. But the tears, the pain, because she's like, I already have three sons in and out of jail. I didn't bring boys in this world to be in jail. And I tell you, when my lawyer read my sheet and everything, my case and stuff, and he was like, this is a misdemeanor. You're going home tonight. But that precinct, I've been hearing the same complaints about how they've been talking to people, and it just makes sense. So when we saw the judge, BK, the judge, when he was like, hey, this is a misdemeanor, throw it out, no community service, no nothing. And the lawyer said, hey, listen, I want to make a complaint because this is the same precinct. And he pulled up. He said, what I would like for Lamar and Ramon, I want their cases sealed. I don't ever want to come up because of what he said. It has been documented by a lady, so we are going to do our own investigation, because he was called boy numerous times and a nigger. And he was photos were taken of him and Ramon and the other boy, not in the precinct. It was behind. So what was the reason for those pictures, right? And I looked at my lawyer because I didn't understand what was going on. And he was like, something has to be done. He walked out. I saw my mom. I cried. I just cried because I never been through nothing like this. I visit jail for my brothers, but actually being in jail or holding space that my brother used to say, you wasn't in jail. You was just, they put you there and see, but you didn't commit no crime or whatever. But at the end of the day, you put cuffs on me, and I didn't do nothing. I was being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and now it was God telling me, that's not just it. You out here trying to do something. You literally doing what your brothers are doing. You don't think there's any consequences to that? And let me tell you, when I got home, BK, I'm going to sum it all up. When I got home, because the only thing that was on my mind when I walked out that courthouse crying and hugging my mom, everything that's in that blue JanSport book bag that I have all went into the trash. The incinerator and the projects we got incinerator, all in everything. And I never, ever, I'm 42 years old right now. I was 18 because the love for my mom, the respect for my mom will never allow me to go ever do that again. I'm careful where I step, where I'm at, where I put my hat, everywhere. And that right there showed me that don't betray something that's cool. That's the side A to it, but look, you've been through the side B. And so that time in my life shifted the type of friends I hang around with, because now I question, you got weed on you? Because I know you sell. Yeah, I know you banging. You got a gun on you. It made me move different. And so This moment of having my mom in pain, I made a vow that moment to never allow that to happen again. That's my time, BK.
Lamar, I wasn't ready for you. Felt like you had a couple more things to say. Go on, finish. Go on, finish it. I appreciate you being mindful of the time. Go on, finish. You know, hit us with a cliffhanger. You know how they do here at the movies?
And next week, we talk about the boy's 18 because the first week I was 8 years old. Last week, the boy's turned, he's in the 12. He's a preteen. And now he's 18. See, this whole building strong children while fixing broken men, there's a process. You got this boy in the first 4 weeks dealing with how to navigate through a projects where it's common not to have a man in the household or visit the household. This part of the series is the relationship of this 8-year-old boy growing up with his mom and respected, because as a teenager, you're like, man, I ain't trying to hear nothing you say. I'm doing me. I have needs, and you can't. I want to buy all the sneakers, but you can only afford one pair because you got to feed 7 kids. So this transition, I got to do for me, and God's like, that's not my plan. And He has shown me that, BK, over and over. That's not my plan, and I'm going to continue to slap your hand. It's like, I chose you to lead your family. Out of everybody in your household, I gave you the blessings. I gave you the GED. I gave you the associate. I gave you the bachelor. I gave you the house. I gave you the marriage. I gave you the kids. I gave you the finances. I gave you the health. And you're not going to disrespect me. So I will continue to smack your hand every time you get out of line. So when it comes to you trying to be this quote-unquote drug dealer, bro, you sell plants. Weed is a plant. You're a florist. So I got to slap your hand because that's not my plan. So now when I talk about it, BK, you and I had a conversation about it because, you know, it cleansed me to relive that. And I'm saying to myself, BK, why you got me doing this? I don't want to. I don't want to go back to that moment in my life. I was like, I need you, because if we're gonna do this serious, if we're gonna build these strong children, I gotta fix you. I gotta let you get this out. This is your therapy. Being on this line, you don't get it. When you open up like this, where people can't judge you, that shifts your whole mentality. That's actually food for you. So when I talked to you, BK, about it last week, and I had a full week to spend time with God and understand what He was doing, it was therapeutic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, BK, if you were talking and I was on mute, I didn't hear you.
I really was talking to you. I was in my bag. I was in my bag, bro. You don't feel me? I was in my bag. I stood up. I was in my bag. I'm like, man, I'm double muted. But, man, great message today. And I appreciate you saying it. And basically what I wanted to convey was that, man, just being there's so many guys on this call who are the first of their kind. Big word, right? Progenitor. And I can't shake that word. It's in my spirit. It's probably going to make it up to the mountain. But that progenitor means that you are the first of the kind. You are the person in your family that's the period. There's before you, there's before Lamar Wilson, and then there's after Lamar Wilson. There's this thing that you shift. You change the trajectory of the bloodline. You know, we talk about how the scripture says the third and the fourth generation, the sins of the father transferred to the third and the fourth generation, which is true. Well, we miss out on the fact that it says, but the blessings of God are for 1,000 generations. So the promises on your bloodline are for 1,000, but the curses are for 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so why do we let the 1, 2, 3, and 4 control the 1,000? Let's tap into that Jeremiah 1 and 5. In your mother's womb, I foreknew you. So there's a blessing, right? There's a blessing. There's an inheritance, yes, right? There are blessings, yes, but there's also a birthright connected to my bloodline. There's some stuff in my DNA, and I can tap into it if I so choose. I don't have to go the direction that all the other men. I don't have to be a whoremonger if I don't want to. I don't have to be a liar. If I don't have to be a murderer if I don't want to. There's something in me that's beautiful, and if I focus on that, I could be the first of its kind. I can change some things. There could be that one uncle, right? Think about it. You always had that one family member that did it different. We can be the one, and we can be a beacon of light and beacon of hope for everybody who's connected to us. It's different. Yeah. Lamar, great job, man. I truly appreciate you. Real quick, fellas, real quick. I love everybody to participate. Maybe Lamar, you can go first. start if you don't mind, but just tell us your name, where you're calling from, how long you been on the call, and who referred you. We call it roll call. Lamar, go first if you don't mind.
Yep, Lamar Wilson. I'm in Florida, originally from Queens, but I'm in Rep, Florida. Who referred me was Mason last year, but originally it was Quest Green a couple years ago. He was watching me on social media, and he felt like I needed to be a part of a elite group of men. I love this group, guys. Thank you, BK.
Thank you. That's double. You got a double whammy. You got Quest and Mason. That's double. Yes, sir. Who's next? Roll call. Name, where you calling from, how long you been on the call, who referred you.
Yes, sir. This is John Hargrave. I am calling from Yorktown, Virginia. I'm originally from Newport News, Virginia. I have been on the call for about 6 years. I believe, yeah, it's been 6 years. And Eddie Butler referred me. I met him down in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I just want to say that Lamar Wilson, you did a phenomenal job. Ethan, Tony, and y'all did a phenomenal